Hello everyone, this is James Shore with another test-driven JavaScript video. I'm recording this on April 10th, 2013, picking up right where we left off in the last episode. In this chapter, we're working on adding a client-side component to our smoke test. Now, as a reminder, a smoke test is a fairly bare-bones test that runs your application as it would be run in production to make sure that all the various pieces are hooked together in a really simplistic way. It's not meant to be a comprehensive test of all the different things your application can do. It's just meant to make sure that everything's hooked up end to end. And up until this chapter, we had a smoke test of our server code, but it didn't check that our client code was hooked in properly. And as a result, when we did some refactorings in the last couple of chapters, we actually broke our web page and our test didn't fail. So now we are fixing that oversight and adding in tests of our front end code as well. And the way we've done that is with the tool Phantom.js, which is a headless WebKit browser that will actually run some JavaScript against our web page. So we can run that and it will actually open up a browser hidden. It's headless, so it doesn't open a window or anything, and draw a line on there. And you can see here how we've actually got the line drawing. So in the last couple of episodes, we were just spiking that was working properly. And we do have the basics working. It's not enough to really put in our smoke test yet, but it's enough to prove that we know what we're doing. Well, as much as I ever know anything, at least. So now what I'd like to do is, now that we've finished our spike of Phantom.js, I'd like to integrate that into our smoke test. So let's go ahead and open up our smoke test. Now, as a reminder, what our smoke test does, it runs the server, and that's good. We're going to need to have it do that. And then it tests that it can get the home page. And what it's doing is it's just doing an HTML test. We need to change this now so that it doesn't just get the home page, but that it also actually tries to draw on the page. And this could be a little bit tricky. I think what I'd like to do, because we've got a couple of pieces here. One is just getting the HTML and making sure that we're getting the right pages in response to various stuff. And I think that's actually, it's worth it for us to keep doing that. So what we need is an additional test now that says something like test user interaction works. Yeah, user interaction works end to end, I guess. Or how about just user can draw on page? Yeah, that's not bad. I've had worse. You've seen it. Let's see. So that we can just say is done. Let's go ahead and just make sure everything's still working. It's not. Why not? Oh, probably because we're running Foreman here. We didn't get an error message, but chances are there was a conflict there. Yeah. Okay, so how do we want to do this? What we need to do is we need to launch the Phantom.js process in a very similar way that we're launching the Node.js process here. I guess let's just try doing that. We'll say run Phantom.js and we'll pass in test.done. And our child, well, let's see, this is going to be server process, and this will be Phantom.js process. There's probably a better way of doing that, but just sort of sneaking up on this. The command line is going to be build/Phantom.js/Phantom.js, and the command line options will be, I guess, nothing for now. Well, let's pass in just -h. I want to see just the help run through, I think. And the way this works is, I think we say pipe that will cause it all to pipe back to us. And then when it's done, we'll do our callback. Or not end, it's exit. I don't know. It's been a little while since I've worked with this process spawning Node.js code, so who knows? Oh, that needs to be an array. Okay, that was not helpful. All right, I'm going to go play with this a little bit. I don't want to waste your time. Back in a few. Oh, I found it. This is dumb. For some reason, Foreman is still running. I don't know why. Anyway, we'll kill that. There we go. There, it worked. Okay. Now we need this to actually pipe. And I think the way we do that is like that, but I don't remember exactly. No, that didn't work. Let me figure this out. Oh, I think it's supposed to be inherit rather than pipe. Let's try that. There we go. There we go. So yeah, we got that to dump out what it was supposed to, which means that now we should be able to actually run our spike. Let's just do that. Spikes, Phantom.js, hello.js. Let's just run our smoke test. Let's just run our node tests. There we go. Cool. Cool. And we should see our WeWikiPaint stuff here. Good. Let's try that again just to make sure. Yeah. Yeah, okay. It would be nice to do this inline, but Phantom.js is not actually a node program, at least not as far as I know. It is a standalone executable. So we do have to spawn it as its own process, which means that we're going to need some way of interpreting its output. And we'll also need, I guess we'll have to somehow give it its data as well. I don't know how this is going to work. Let's see. Well, let's just continue to modify this spike code for now. Let's have it return an exit code. So if we run Phantom.js against our spikes, will it, well, why didn't that work? It does look like it's giving us our exit code here. Let's try that again. Yeah, it's giving, so whatever we pass through here gives us our exit code. So we could have our Phantom.js code basically return a non-zero value, meaning the test failed, or a zero value if the test passed. Let's modify so that we'll look at that return value. On exit gives us a code. So we should be able to say Phantom.js exited with code. And that should say 42, of course. Now let's run our Jake file. Yeah, that's good. It didn't exit in the end because we forgot to say test.done, or rather say callback. Yeah, there we go. So we should be able to say here that we expect the code to be 0. Which should cause our smoke test to fail. Yes. There we go. Here, if we change this to 0, looks like we still have there. It almost worked. Problem is that this didn't have access to our test variable, but now it does. There, exit with code 0. And if we change this back to 42, there we go. There we go. Okay. So we have sort of a basic ability to get Phantom.js working in our smoke test. Next time, we're going to look at cleaning this up, making it a little more usable, and moving this code out of the spike into properly working with our smoke test. And then after that, we'll move on to improving the smoke test to really test what we care about rather than requiring us to inspect the PNG file directly. That's what we'll pick up with next time. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. I will catch you next time.